Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent Makori and this is Africa 54. It was high drama in a South African courtroom on Wednesday as Olympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius had to withstand a withering cross-examination from state prosecutors. In a dramatic confrontation, prosecutor Gerrie Nel forced Pistorius to look at a grizzly forensic photograph of slain girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp. VOA's Pam Dockins has more on today's proceedings.
Prosecutor Gerrie Nel showed video of Pistorius at a shooting range firing at a watermelon. He asked Pistorius to explain his comment, heard on tape, about the target being softer than brains.
Shooting at a watermelon or at a piece of wood or at a target. I didn't at any point compare it to a human.
But Nel disagreed.
No, you did. You did. You said. It's softer than brains. Who else got brains?
With Pistorius addressing his answers to the judge, whom he called my lady, Nel pushed the line of questioning further, making a comparison to Steenkamp.
But what we can see there is the effect the ammunition had on a watermelon. It exploded. Am I right?
That's correct, my lady.
You know that the same happened to Reeva's head. It exploded. Have a look.
Nel then asked Pistorius to look at a police photo of Steenkamp.
Have a look there, mister. I know you don't want to because you don't want to take responsibility, but it's time that you look at it.
Pistorius said he had come to terms with what happened.
I've taken responsibility, but I will not look at a picture where I'm tormented by what I saw and felt that night. As I picked Reeva up, my fingers touched her head. I remember. I don't have to look at a picture. I was there.
The judge then called for a break to give Pistorius time to compose himself. Prosecutors say the Olympic athlete, known as the Blade Runner for his prosthetic legs, intentionally shot Steenkamp in his home last year. Pistorius has testified that when he fired shots through his bathroom door, he thought he was shooting an intruder. Pam Dockins, VOA News, Washington.
For more on today's trial, we're joined live via phone from Johannesburg by VOA's Anita Powell. Hello, Anita.
Hi, Vincent.
Now, Prosecutor Gerrie went swinging right from the get-go today. Tell us a little bit about his style.
Well, you know, there's a reason, I think we found out today, why Gerrie Nel is nicknamed the Bulldog. I mean, he just went straight for Oscar Pistorius' throat, asking him early on, admit it, you killed Reeva. It was extremely aggressive, and it brought the athlete to tears.
And, you know, it was very dramatic to see the head, the face of the head of Reeva. How was the emotional reaction in the courtroom? We didn't get to see everybody.
Well, you just heard Oscar's reaction, which I think was the pinnacle of it. We've heard that Reeva's mother, June Steenkamp, was warned by the prosecution that they would be showing this photo. Obviously, she was very upset. Members of Oscar's family, Mr. Pistorius' family, were also very upset, and there were audible gasps from the gallery. It was a dramatic moment. Now,
up to this point, can we say that we detected any contradiction in the way he testified from what he said yesterday and what came out of the questioning?
That's precisely what Gerrie Nel tried to pick on. For example, he got Oscar to concede that there were elements in his affidavit from the bail hearing that he might not have included or he might have changed. There's small things, like Oscar said that there was one fan, and then in the trial he said that there were two fans. It's small things, but it's those things that he's trying to make add up to show that Oscar is not telling the truth.
And at some point, I thought it was almost caught on the response to the question of who is going to appear as a witness for the tampering of the evidence. I said, well, I've spoken with my attorneys and we have reworked my testimony. That was a little tricky there. And
yeah.
Now
no, it's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the question of zombies in the courtroom. What was that all about?
Yeah, we weren't expecting to have zombies in the courtroom today. So Gerrie Nel showed a video of Oscar doing some shooting practice on watermelons, and he made a comment about how the bullets he was using were real zombie stoppers. And Gerrie Nel just tore into him over this, and brought up watermelons versus the texture of brains. It was quite gross. But really, underneath all of this talk about zombies, watermelons, and brains, the point that Nel was trying to make was this: Oscar knew what he was doing and meant to kill. Oscar denies that flatly, but that's what the prosecution's trying to prove.
So, Anita, what can we expect next?
Well, the last time Gerrie Nel had a high-profile case against South Africa's top cop who was found to be corrupt, he kept him on the stand for 8 days. I expect that Gerrie Nel is going to wring out Oscar like a dish towel. I think it's not going to be pleasant. I think we're going to see a bit more of these theatrics, and I think we're going to see him pick apart every little detail and to try to draw more emotion from Pistorius, and it's not going to be pretty.
Well, we'll be watching closely. Anita, thank you very much.
Thanks.
That's viewers Anita Powell reporting live via phone from Johannesburg in South Africa.